Hey Kids Live, it's Miss Deanna. So I want to show you something. Look at this glass. Would you say that it is half empty or would you say that it's half full? Take a look. Half empty or half full? Yes, you're right. It is half empty and half full. You're both right. Both answers are correct. Now, a lot of people use this question to try to test your personality. Are you an optimist that always looks at the positive? The glass is always half full. Or are you a pessimist that always looks at the negative? The glass is half empty. So in Numbers chapter 13 and 14, there's a Bible story about optimists and pessimists that change the future of an entire nation. The children of Israel had traveled out of slavery in Egypt toward the promised land, the land of Canaan that was promised to their forefather Abraham. When they arrived at the border of Canaan, their leader Moses sent 12 spies into the promised land. And when the spies came back, 2 of the men, Joshua and Caleb, reported that the promised land was everything that God said it was. It was a land filled with milk and honey, and it was ripe for the taking. God was faithful, and God was going to fulfill every one of his promises. But the other 10, they brought back a different story. Canaan was dangerous, a land filled with giants and terrifying warriors. The cities were well fortified, well protected, and the people, well, they were skilled warriors. So which of the 2 groups do you think the children of Israel listened to? The 10 who saw giants, or the optimists, Joshua and Caleb? Well, they were both right. Canaan was the promised land, a land of milk and honey, but it was also the country of giants. God had promised to give this land to the Israelites, and after all the miracles that God had performed, and he led the Israelites to the promised land, they listened to the pessimists. They were so afraid of the giants that some of them said that they were better off being slaves in Egypt. Because the Israelites ignored Joshua and Caleb and they didn't trust God and his promise, they were forced to wander the wilderness for 40 years until every one of them had died. God would let their children, led by Joshua, enter the promised land instead. One day, you will be faced with your own giants, challenges that seem impossible to overcome. Maybe that day is today. Maybe it's been every day the past 8 months. When that day comes, there may be people telling you to give up. Maybe it's you in your head telling you to give up. God can't be trusted. But if God has made a promise to you, be sure that you listen to him, that you put your trust in him and not the pessimist, even if the pessimist is you. God is in control, and it doesn't mean that you won't go through hard times. God is good, and he keeps his promises. Believing in the Lord is not just optimism, it's faithfulness. And when you are faithful to God, God will be faithful and bless you with all that he has promised. I'm so glad that you were able to connect with Kidz Live today. So we're continuing to try new and different ways to reach you. I hope that you know, even through all these 8 months, even though I haven't seen a lot of you, I hope that you know that we're praying for you and that we miss you and that we love you very much. But before you go and you continue your week, I want to say a blessing over you. Hold out your hands ready to receive it, just like this. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord smile down on you and show you his kindness. May the Lord answer your prayers and give you peace. We'll see you next time, Kidz Live. Bye!